You don't hold on to the past because you're weak. You hold on because part of you believes that letting go means it never mattered. But letting go was never about pretending it didn't count. It's about finally setting down a weight you were never meant to carry forever. In the next few minutes, you'll see why your mind fights so hard to keep what already hurt you, and how to finally loosen your grip. Let's see if this is you. Something ended a while ago. A person, a version of your life, a dream you were sure about. On paper, you've moved on. You say the right words. You tell people you're fine, and most of the time, you almost believe it. You've filled the calendar. You've stayed busy. From the outside, it looks like you closed the chapter and walked away clean. But late at night, when the noise finally stops, your mind still drifts back. You replay old conversations word by word. You imagine better endings that never actually happened and rewrite them until you almost fall asleep. You keep the messages, the photo, the little object that shouldn't matter anymore but somehow still does. Part of you wants to be free of it, and another part guards it like a treasure you're afraid to lose. Because if you truly let go, a quiet fear whispers, then maybe none of it ever really mattered at all. So you hold on, not because it feels good, but because holding on feels safer than the emptiness you imagine on the other side of release. At least the weight is familiar. At least it's yours. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not stuck because you're broken. You're stuck because letting go is one of the hardest things a human mind can do. Layer 1. Your brain is wired to hate loss far more than it loves gain. Losing something hurts you about twice as much as gaining the same thing would ever please you. So when you let go, your mind doesn't feel freedom. It feels like it's being robbed. Even releasing something that hurts you registers as a loss, and your brain sounds the alarm as if you're giving away a piece of yourself. And your brain hates unfinished stories even more. An ending without answers stays open like a tab that never closes. Every unanswered question, every why did it happen keeps the file active in your head, quietly draining you. That's why a clean goodbye can hurt less than one that left you confused. Confusion refuses to close. Your mind keeps the loop running, hoping that if it thinks about it enough, it can finally solve it. But some things can't be solved. They can only be released. And your brain deeply resists that idea because releasing feels like giving up, and giving up feels like failing. So it keeps you in the loop, mistaking rumination for effort. So it holds the door open, waiting for an ending that is never going to walk through it. Layer 2. Part of why letting go feels impossible is that we misunderstand what it even means. Letting go is not forgetting. It doesn't erase what happened or pretend the memory is gone. Letting go is not denial. It's not slapping a smile on and insisting you were never hurt. And letting go is not saying it didn't matter. In fact, it's the exact opposite. People who move on well are not the ones who cared the least. They're the ones who let themselves fully admit how much they cared. You can only truly release something after you let yourself admit how much it mattered in the first place. Trying to skip that step is like trying to close a book you never actually read to the end. So letting go isn't slamming the door. It's reading the last page and then gently closing the cover. It's carrying the meaning with you while finally putting down the weight of wishing it were different. Layer 3. And this is where it turns. Most people wait for closure to arrive from the outside. They wait for the apology, the explanation, the moment the other person finally understands. But here's the truth almost no one tells you. Closure is not something you receive. It's something you create. It was never a gift the other person hands you. It's a door only your own hand can reach. The ending you're waiting for may never come. The person may never say the words you need. If your peace depends on them, you hand them the key to a door only you can close, and they may never use it. You could spend years in a waiting room for a train that was canceled long ago. Real closure is the meaning you decide to give the story yourself without their permission. It's you saying, "This taught me something, this changed me, and I get to choose what it means now." The moment you stop waiting to be released, you realize you were holding your own key the entire time. Letting go isn't something that happens to you. It's a decision you make quietly again and again. Layer 4. Let's be honest about the cost of holding on too long, because there is one and you pay it quietly, every single day. Every hand that stays clenched around the past has no room left to hold anything new. You can't fully step into the life in front of you while you're still facing the one behind you. Your body walks forward, but your eyes stay locked on a door that already closed. So you keep bumping into a future you never see coming. The energy you spend guarding an old wound is energy stolen from the person you could become. And slowly, the past stops being a memory and becomes a place you actually live. You start introducing yourself by your scars, telling the same story until it becomes your whole identity. The danger isn't remembering what happened. The danger is building your whole home inside it. Holding on feels like loyalty, but sometimes it's just a slow way of staying gone. So how do you actually loosen your grip? Not with one dramatic moment where everything suddenly heals. Real letting go happens through 4 small, repeatable shifts. First, name what you're really grieving. Often it's not the thing itself, but who you were when you had it. Say it out loud. I'm not just missing them. I'm missing the version of me that felt safe. Second, let it matter. Don't rush to be over it. Give the loss the honest weight it deserves. What you fully feel, you can finally release. What you skip over just waits for you underground. Third, write the ending yourself. Decide what this chapter meant, what it taught you, what you're taking forward. You don't need their signature on your closure. Your own is enough. You are always the only author this story truly needed. Fourth, open one hand at a time. You don't have to let go all at once, forever. Just loosen your grip a little today. Keep the lesson, set down a little of the weight. Letting go isn't a single leap off a cliff. It's 1,000 small choices to stop clenching. So, here's the real question underneath all of it. The one your mind has been circling this whole time. What are you still holding on to? Only because letting go would make it feel like it never mattered. Maybe it mattered deeply. Maybe it changed you forever. Both things can be true at once. Something can be one of the most important parts of your story and still be something you no longer carry in your hands. You can honor how much it meant and still open your hand and let the weight fall away. The past doesn't need you to keep bleeding for it to have been real. It already was. You're allowed to keep the lesson and release the ache, to carry the meaning and drop the stone. Whatever you've been gripping so tightly, maybe today you loosen just one finger. That's enough to begin. If this reached something in you, tell me in one word what you're finally ready to set down.